How's it going, Star Seekers? Hope everyone's doing well on this fine day. So today I'm bringing you another 5 deals for under £1 $1 and hoping to answer that all important question, are they worth it? Now I'm still trying to nail down the format of this weekly deals video, so let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Now let's get started. So the first of our 5 games is an action arcade game called Akane. Now I've had this title on my list for a while but never got around to playing it, but I'm glad I finally did. The game sees you playing as Akane, who for some reason finds herself in a last stand battle against an endless onslaught of Yakuza. Combat takes place within an arena with a futuristic neon Tokyo theme, and the premise is simple: survive for as long as possible whilst battling various types of Yakuza who spill out of the surrounding buildings. Now Akane is a fast-paced score chaser, all about speed and precision, and we have 2 weapons at our disposal, a katana for close range combat and a pistol to take down enemies at a distance. And we also have an evasion and block maneuver, as well as a couple of special abilities we can use to take down multiple opponents at once. The game features a one-hit death system, meaning one wrong move and it's game over. And you have to monitor both your stamina and pistol ammo, as well as the incoming Yakuza flooding your screen. There are 4 different types of enemy, ranging from basic Yakuza grunts to hulking tanks who take multiple hits to kill. And there's one boss in the game, Akane's nemesis Katsuro, who evolves each time he's defeated. There are also plenty of equipable items to unlock, providing different benefits, giving you something other than a high score to work towards. So when all's said and done, is Akane worth a quid? Well, it's a definite thumbs up from me. I really enjoyed playing Akane, and once you get the controls down you feel like a bit of a badass as you slaughter enemies one after another. And I definitely recommend grabbing the game if you enjoy arena brawlers like the Ubermosh series. Akane's sale price ends on the 28th of August in the US and the 6th of September in the UK and EU. Our next game is called Save the Ninja Clan, a hard as nails action platform with mechanics similar to Super Meat Boy, though it does do its own thing when it comes to characters and their abilities. In Save the Ninja Clan you have to save your friends from an evil ninja, and to do this you're going to have to make your way through levels filled with all manner of hazards, all of which kill you in a single hit. Now the ninja that you control can switch between 3 types at the press of a button, and each type comes with their own ability. The green ninja gets a double jump, black ninja has a smoke ability making him invulnerable for a few seconds before reappearing, and blue ninja is able to run much faster, which is helpful on treadmills. Ninjas can also throw kunai, which can kill enemies and stick into wooden surfaces, and you can and will need to use these to reach higher places. So the game doesn't mess about and throws you in at the deep end. I found that even the first few levels were pretty challenging, but that's likely to do with how bad I am at these type of games. Littered throughout levels you'll find many different dangers awaiting your squishy ninja flesh, and these include buzzsaw blades in various configurations, bad guys who shoot at you with guns, grenades and rockets, water because these ninjas never learned how to swim, lasers, and turrets which also fire rockets and grenades at you. The game features 3 worlds, each containing 10 levels, though I only made it to the 2nd world because again I'm turd. And within some standard levels there are also secrets to find which take you to additional secret levels. Now at the end of each world you face off against the evil ninja who I had to beat in a race in the first world, and if you're finding it too tough or too easy you're able to speed up or slow down gameplay in the options menu. At the end of it all you can then check out your stats to see just how bad you are at the game. So is Save the Ninja worth a quid? I'd say yes, if you like these style of games and can handle the rage factor, but if you have high blood pressure or just don't like hard games then stay clear. The game's sale price ends on the 23rd of August in all regions. The next game on our list is one I've heard of but never played before. Skyride is a third-person shooter where you have to blast waves of enemies to pieces and rack up as high a score as possible. Now the game has no real menu, you just hit the plus button and then you're off with 0 explanation. You don't get told the controls or anything, and are instantly set upon by a pack of wild Chinese lanterns. So basically the aim of the game is to fly around this small arena type area on your bike, shooting up as many lanterns as you can. There are sometimes several hundreds of these on the screen at the same time, which makes the radar in the top corner practically useless. Now controls in the game are pretty odd. You use one thumbstick to move you backwards and forwards, and the other to ascend up and down, though these are also used to aim your lasers, which is near impossible. Now you essentially have 5 different weapons at your disposal, but the issue is that your face buttons operate some of these weapons, so it's impossible to steer and aim with any sort of accuracy whilst firing them. What I ended up doing was flying around in circles blasting anything and everything for about 15 minutes straight. In that time I encountered several other enemies like these boat things, these weird spinning orbs, and several bosses which didn't really put up much of a fight. My reign of terror was finally ended by some purple crystal things which shoot laser beams, and it turned out that on my very first attempt I beat the high score, so well done to me I guess. The game was a pretty dull affair if I'm honest, there was no real skill involved, and the only thing that actually impressed me was how well the frame rate held up on the Switch despite there being so many enemies on screen at once. So is Skyride worth a quid? I'm gonna say no, go and buy yourself a Mars bar instead. Skyride's sale price ends on the 27th of August in the US and the 1st of September in UK and EU. Our penultimate game is called Where Are My Friends? A question I've been asking for the past 10 years. Now the game's a multi-genre game which sees you playing as Y, an eyeball strapped to a unicycle, who's trying to track down the whereabouts of his 4 friends. After awakening on a ship and jumping through some tutorial hoops such as showering, solving a strange construction puzzle and jumping over some killer balls, he spies a lone planet orbited by some pyramid thing which didn't really make much sense to me. But the game features no dialogue, so you just have to interpret things the best you can. Now each of the game's 4 levels features a different genre of game, which is a cool concept on paper, but when it comes down to it, I felt that Where Are My Friends bit off a little bit more than it could chew. The first level I played was set in a dark cave area where your vision is limited and you can do this light thing but it's next to useless. So I stumbled my way through a portion of these caves not really knowing where to go, and the lack of any sort of map just led me wandering aimlessly. There were checkpoints every so often which was good, as there's spikes all over the show which kill you in one hit, and the jumping mechanics aren't great. You basically have to find switches to open doors, which leads to more doors and more switches, and I didn't get very far in this level as everything just looked the same and I couldn't be arsed. The second game mode is a point and click adventure style game where you have to use a lift to transit between 9 different floors, with the eventual goal being to thaw your friend out this block of ice. Each floor is themed differently and there are some interesting scenes here, but again I found myself stumbling between floors guessing at what to do next. The game ends up being more like a hidden object game as items blend into the environment, and half the time even when you pick them up you can't tell what they are as they're sat in your inventory. Now I'm pretty sure I got close to the end with this level, but I eventually give up again. The third game mode is an endless runner of sorts. It features a more hand-drawn art style and you basically have to avoid spiky weeds, spiky logs, spiky spike spitters and other spiky bits as you make your way to the end of the course. Following the first endless runner section you then start a second one, but this one features a very odd overhead camera view, and the moving platforms in this stage are not on a fixed cycle, so a lot of times you simply can't reach them with a jump. The fourth and final level is another platformer, this time featuring portals. The concept is simple here, hop into one coloured portal and come out of a matching coloured portal. Things actually start off quite promising with this level, but the novelty slowly wears off as you work through portal room after portal room with no end in sight. Again, the jumping mechanics in this level aren't great, and I just felt as though it went on way too long. So needless to say I didn't rescue a single friend in my hour or two of playing Where Are My Friends. So is it worth a quid? If I'm being honest, yes, but only just. Though I liked his visual and concepts, the game tries to do way too much, and nothing really feels complete. The sale date of the game ends on the 23rd of August in all regions. So our fifth and final game is Goonya Fighter. It's a party battle game for up to 4 players where you control wobbly characters who have a habit of tripping over their own feet. Controls are really simple in Goonya Fighter. You have a punch button, a kick button, a block button and a jump button, and this makes it really easy to pick up and play even for younger children. Now the game features a number of different modes that can be played both online or offline. There is the standard battle mode where players fight either solo or as a pair until only one team has health remaining. Next there's a coin battle where you have to collect and hold as many coins as possible until the timer ends. And finally there's a race mode where teams have to race to numbered flags in order. Now, Goonya Fighter is frequently reduced down to £1 from its ridiculous £20 price point, but it also has a huge amount of DLC which you have to buy to unlock a ton of additional modes, additional characters, and countless skins for each character. Gameplay in Goonya Fighters isn't bad, it's sort of like a poor man's Gang Beasts, but combat can actually be quite fun when you get used to it. There are several different themes for stages which are all pretty decent, and there's plenty of additional stages and characters to unlock, firstly through the game's story mode which features 2-player co-op, and secondly through online multiplayer, which I was surprised to find actually had people to play against. Admittedly, the majority of them were Japanese, as I assume the game is quite big in Japan, but I did enjoy smashing up these guys for about an hour. So in all, Goonya Fighter is actually a decent game, especially for those with kids and a tight wallet. Is it worth £1? I'd say yes, it is. But you're gonna have to fork out some extra cash if you want to unlock those additional modes. Goonya Fighter's sale ends on the 27th of August in the US and the 1st of September in the UK and EU. So that's it, Starseekers. Hope you found this deals video helpful, and let me know your thoughts and opinions on the games featured in the comments section below. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for future Nintendo Switch content. As always, I thank you all once again for watching, and until next time, game on.